Cool. Welcome to Happy Hour.
Hi.
This is that fun part where you're not really sure if it's working or not. Welcome, you guys, back to the backyard on Happy Hour this week. My guest is the lovely Mindy Dillard. I'm so excited to have you.
Thanks for having me.
I know. We
haven't
seen
you
each
in a
other.
long time.
So Mindy and I we're in a songwriting group together in Salt Lake, and we get together periodically and work on songs that, we bring a song that we're working on and get feedback and then go home and work on the song some more. And so we've been doing that for a couple of years, right?
Oh, a long time now, actually.
It's been a little spotty with the whole
COVID
pandemic
thing. We've been doing Zoom circles sometimes, but even that gets hard. We're all so busy.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's crazy.
It's really, yeah. Anyway, so I love Mindy's songs and songwriting and her beautiful voice and banjo playing and all the things that she's bringing to the table today. And your love of whiskey, which I'm stoked. She was like, anything is whiskey. I'm like, great. This is why we're friends. So we picked whiskey sours, and she sent me this recipe, and I was like, we're doing that. So I've never done this before, but it's a whiskey sour with maple syrup.
Oh.
One of the recipes had maple syrup.
I didn't look very close, to be honest. I was just like, whiskey sour. Oh, Google. Oh,
yeah.
This looks pretty
So
good.
for their sweetener,
Awesome.
they put maple syrup. I'm like, it's kind of feels like a fall kind of thing going. So we're going to do that. Should I try and make two of them at once? Let's try and make two.
Sure.
And,
Try and make two.
yeah.
You're like a professional with the cocktails, right?
Yeah.
Have you made this cocktail before ever, actually? The whiskey sour?
I
was
made
just wondering.
a version of the whiskey sour early on, and with egg whites. Have you ever had a whiskey sour with egg whites in it?
Yes.
And they get frothy. And so that one, I actually had to practice that one because that one had
Yes. I remember
I did
that
not-
from one of your happy hour
I did not
events,
want
actually.
to I did not
Yeah.
want to try that one live on the air and not know what I was doing. So we've got some people. Oh, Craig says no egg white.
Yeah, I'm going to get on there too to see what everyone's saying.
Janet's on. Hi, Janet.
Yay. Hi,
Janet's in our
Janet.
song circle too.
Janet, I miss you. I'm so glad you're here.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say one time me and Craig got inspired by seeing the pink waves of the Great Salt Lake,
Mm-hmm.
and it was foamy. And so then Craig got really excited. Craig's my husband, if anyone doesn't know me, and he's really, really into, all things kind of making things, especially,
It's very crafty.
food and drink, and including like beer and wine and pickling things. And
What do you guys
things.
have in the wine bag right
there's
now?
some apple wine. Craig, you should tell us in the comments what that is. I think it's apple wine because he works up at Red Butte Garden, so he's always bringing home cool stuff, making different kinds of jam. But anyway, we made this drink, the Great Salt Lake, which had whipped foamy egg whites on top, and it was pink. And we invented it. It was kind of, I don't know if it was a complete 10 out of 10 drink, to be honest, but it was very...
It was pretty. It sounds really pretty.
It was pretty, yeah. Yes. Let's see. I wonder if I have to go to yours here.
So the recipe's in the description,
Oh,
but I'm just going to tell y'all what I'm doing. Whiskey, lemon juice, and then we're going to do about 3/4 of an ounce of maple syrup per cocktail. And so I'm just going to eyeball it. I don't need the diabetes, so we'll just, that looks good. And then we're going to just shake it. Shake. Patty, you can't have any. Are you going to be crazy or are you going to be good today? Maybe we should have bets beforehand to see if Patty just has the zoomies the whole time or if she takes a nap. All right, we're going to shake it up. This is the fun part.
It's an experienced shaker.
Oh yeah, so good at it. Good. Frosty on the outside. Oh yeah, that's frosty. And then we're gonna strain it into these wine glasses because I've been doing this show for 25 weeks and I still don't have glassware.
You need some glassware.
I don't have martini glasses.
You could get some. Oh yeah.
You know,
we just
I feel
recently got martini glasses.
Does that mean you're an adult now?
I don't know about that. I guess.
Is that the threshold?
Getting the martini
These
glasses. They look
fall.
They look fall with the maple syrup in there.
And then we're gonna just. Do you like cherries?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Alicia, this is pretty fun. This is exciting.
Oh, well.
But don't put that cherry in your drink.
Here we go.
Okay.
Cool. Cheers.
Right. Cheers.
Friends, thanks for coming up to my house.
My pleasure. Thanks for having
so good
me.
to see you.
Cheers to you all.
Cheers, everybody. Hope you have a tasty beverage.
Good.
Yum.
Yeah? What do you
Yum.
think? Out of 10.
I think I put a little too much lemon juice in.
It's a bit citrusy.
But it is sour.
We could put a little bit more whiskey in there, right? I don't know.
Always.
We could put a little bit whiskey.
That's always a choice. Here, I'm going to let you choose your own adventure.
Just a little bit.
Craig says that they're crab apple. It's crab apple wine.
Ah, cool. Okay.
Cool. All right, you tell me if your additional whiskey did the trick.
I just put a little bit in there. It was really just for show for you all because I said that, and then I had to.
You're like, now I'm committed.
I had to do it, but I do have to, drive. And I was feeling on my drive up here like I could remember how to drive, but it's been a while since I took such a drive.
No, I was just thinking like I went camping a couple weeks ago, up in Idaho, and so I drove to Idaho, but I'm like we just like drove straight from here to Idaho and then from Idaho back.
Where'd you go in Idaho?
The Sawtooth. So we went up to Stanley and camped a little bit. It was lovely.
Nice. Pretty. Were there a lot of mosquito bites? Mosquitoes?
No, actually. No, it was quite lovely.
Bears?
No bears. A little bit of smoke.
Smoke?
A little smoky from fires, but it was quite nice. Yeah.
Cool. I like the sawtooth.
So pretty. It was, Patty, tone it down. All right.
Okay.
Would you like to start us off today?
Love to.
What are you going to play for us? Tell us about your song or about what?
Yeah.
Tell us whatever you want to tell us.
Sure.
Tell a bunch of strangers on the internet about whatever's going to happen.
Do we have a lot of strangers out there? I don't know.
I don't know. There's some people we know, some people we don't know.
Some people we didn't. Well, hi, everyone that we know and that we don't know. So my name's Mindy, and I'm really glad to be here in Alicia's backyard, drinking this whiskey sour with Patty hanging out with us. And
Jason Bug.
Yeah, so in honor of the mountains that I drove to get here, that Alicia lives in and that I live at the foot of in Salt Lake City, I want to play my song that I wrote quite a long time ago, like over 10 years ago now, Mountain. That's really about metaphorical mountains that we have to climb all the time to get where we want to go. And there's been a lot of mountains lately, hurdles, right? With like what we're going through as a oh, what was that? I don't know. So this is called The Mountain. I think I'm going to throw a little clawhammer banjo tune on the end of it too. Hey, and Cyrus, my son, are you watching? Look, I'm wearing my Star Wars shirt for you. I think you're wearing yours too.
That's awesome. I hope he's watching.
I have to move the mountain by tomorrow night, and I don't feel ready. My shoes fit too tight. The heat here doesn't work. You're still here, so is all the hurt. And I cannot move mountains, but they cannot move me. The age-old fight, I'm fierce and bright, working me. At the mountain, I can move it all at once, but I can climb and I can find mine. Go deep for the treasure I am seeking. I'm climbing up the mountain on my own 2 feet. I'm here right now with trembling knees, working, find out what we need. I'm working, follow where we lead.
I was just thinking, I'm like, this is the first banjo I've had on Happy Hour.
Oh, special. Wow. Cool.
Craig says they're riding their bikes home and listening. They're at the graveyard.
Oh, yeah, the graveyard's been
been
popular. It's basically just, I live in the Avenues, and in Salt Lake City, there's a house, like an apartment complex, that's put out, Halloween decorations, and my son's size 3. And he's just very enthralled with, there's like skeleton hands, and there's, gravestones and skeleton body. And yeah, so the other morning I was walking him to preschool, and we got to the graveyard, and he stood there and refused to move for like 30 minutes. So we had to go home and drive to school because I love you, Sai.
What a fun time.
It is fun when I talk about it later. Mm-hmm. It's less fun when I'm in the middle of it in real time.
It makes for a good story, but at the moment you're like, this better turn out to be a good story.
Yes.
Patty was chasing, I had these little teeny tiny bugs that you probably can't see on the screen, but they're like these little itty bitty, like white fuzzy bugs, and they just like float through the air, and Patty just goes nuts. So that's what she's doing. She's busy, real busy. But since you played a mountain song, I'm going to play a mountain song. I think I brought this to our first Zoom song circle, and have since worked on it a little bit. And so I think it's
cool.
What we call done.
Ooh, cool. That's exciting.
Yeah. So this is called The Moon and the Mountain.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Like, mountain song, eye for an eye. We should play one. Moon so love the mountain, she laid silver kisses on his shoulders, though the mountain hungered to hold her song that is so. Mountain studied the curves of her face when storm clouds and thunder intruded. Gravity tethered and rooted their long distance heart. There are some things time doesn't touch, when forever is barely enough. Mountain love to surprise her with bouquets of rose-colored evening. She would rise as the sun was just leaving to fall once again. By day, the longing grew painful, and at night, her passion was reckless. Kill the sea and the stars became jealous of their endless romance. Phases of darkness, low tides and high. When the world comes between them, their devotion doesn't last quite. There are some things time left to tell, when forever is barely enough. When forever is barely enough. It's barely enough.
Oh, so great to hear that one again.
I was thinking
That's nice.
as I'm playing it through, and I'm like, oh, like that song circle was integral to that song's development that we had.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, because when I brought that song to Song Circle, I had the chorus was when forever is barely enough. And I was like, and I need a line here. And you guys are all like, you should just hum. And that was your suggestion. And I was like,
wow,
I'm going to keep that. And so I kept the hum because
nice
that was
work.
So
Wow.
thanks, Song Circle.
I know that was a Zoom Song Circle too.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
it's
was
amazing
cool.
what we can all accomplish on Zoom, right?
Yeah. It was
Are
cool.
you on Zoom a lot these days?
I feel like it was at the beginning of pandemic times, and I think summertime being here pushed me outside a lot.
Yeah.
I wasn't on the computer as much, and no, I was just thinking this today, like of going on like Folk Alliance and regional folk alliances are having all these meetings on on Zoom, and there's like get-togethers, and I'm just like kind of burnt out by it, and I'm zoomed out, and I just haven't really been able to bring myself to like tune into things as much. But I feel like I'm gonna need to, because I'm feeling quite disconnected from like the song and music community as a whole. Right? It's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I get that for sure. I'm going to do a song too that also came of age in Alicia and me and Alicia's Song Circle, although I don't think that you've ever heard this one before, but I think you heard its predecessors. Okay. You know how like sometimes you write a song, but then it's actually just pointing towards the next song that you are supposed to be working on. So anyway, I'm going to play that one, even though I haven't really ever played it for a public audience. But I know Janet's out there, and I know Craig's out there, and you guys have heard it. And so, did we get anyone? Is anyone?
There are people.
Are they out there?
They're
out there.
They're out there.
Okay.
Janet's one of them.
Okay.
Whoa.
Hi, Patty.
Hey, why don't you go chase bugs like anywhere else?
All right. This song is Yet Untitled. It's about dreams and the way they change, kind of like seasons of dreams. I'm looking at this really pretty tree in your neighbor's yard, and it's starting to get like gold on it, and it's really pretty up here. Yeah. That was the most beautiful thing about the drive up here. It was all the leaves
are quite nice right now.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to call it the dream song, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you have a title suggestion. I don't really want to ask them, but I guess they can give me suggestions too, if they want. Here I go. Or not. My dream was hijacked by a dream, slowly like aging. Not while I was asleep. A new sees all of my attention and my soul. I have to rethink everything. Letting go of what wasn't great heart is strong, still it hurts. I try to learn what I can learn. Could I choose to move with grace, though I don't yet understand why I had to sort through all those kernels, why I had to follow those dead ends, why I had to dig up all my sorrows, why I had to uproot all my plans to get where I am. There was no violation, no high-stakes heist involved. No one stole my destiny. I forgive myself least of all. Regret, a bitter flower, I don't want to taste of you. I have to rethink everything, everything. It's painful letting go what was engraved on my heart. My heart is strong, still it hurts. I try to learn what I can learn. Could I choose to move with grace, though I don't yet understand why I had to sort through all those kernels, why I had to follow those dead ends, why I had to dig up all my sorrows, why I had to uproot all my plans to get where I am. Thank you.
That one had some real pretty chords. Is that what? Are you in a specific tuning?
Oh, yes. I must mention I am in Mindy Danzig's a tuning that Mindy Danzig taught me one time, which is, what did she call it? Modified fifth tuning. So, so I tune my guitar to, when it's open, B flat, F, C, F, C, F. So it's a very weird one. It's going to take me a while to get out of it. In fact, I should probably start right now while we're segueing, because otherwise it'll be hard later on. So
I've been working on a song in Dad Gad, and I like never play in altered tunings ever. I actually was thinking about playing. I think I wrote it down to play a song in drop D, which is about as fancy as I normally get.
Do it.
Only retuning one string. Let's do it while we're, you did a crazy tuning. I'm going to do my crazy tuning, which is really only one string. And it sounds fun when we're both tuning together.
Oh, yeah, so fun. At least we're in it together, all in it together.
There we go. See, I did it so fast.
You did it fast. Yeah, Mandy was like, you have to tune all the strings for this tuning. And I like tunings, but usually it's like 2 strings or...
but so I have a song that I'm writing in Dad Gad, and I don't really know how to play in Dad Gad. So I'm just kind of making it up, and I posted on an Instagram story because my guitar, when I came out here to set up everything, my guitar was in Dad Gad. And so I'm like, oh, crap, I should fix that.
Yeah.
So I retuned it. So I was playing around with the song for a minute. She is just chasing imaginary things. Anyway, so if you have any suggestions on how to play in Dad Gad,
cool. Yeah. I will check out what she did.
This isn't the song. This is a... Oh. I'm thinking I might bring the Dad Gad song to Song Circle on Monday.
Yeah,
I think I brought it before, actually, like a while back. Anyway,
sometimes they need more than one go at Song Circle.
Yeah, Yeah. And I feel like I'm in this position of I'm not sure if I should scrap and pull apart to pieces the entire third verse or not, and I need some help. She'll snuggle with you, of course. Anyway, this is a Guy Clark song.
Oh, cool.
And I learned this. I was doing really good about every week on this show. I'd do a cover song and like have everyone vote on it.
Right, I remember.
And then I got really busy, and I just felt like I was learning a new song on Wednesday to play on Thursday, and it wasn't always working out very well.
Yeah, right.
But this is a song that I learned, and I loved it so much that I just kept it in my repertoire, and I've been playing it quite a bit this summer. So this is Dublin Blues by Guy Clark. Wish I was in Austin, at the chili parlor bar, drinking Mad Dog margaritas. I'm not caring where you are. Here I sit in Dublin, rolling cigarettes, holding back and choking back the shakes with every breath. Give me all my anger, give me all my faults. There's no need to forgive me thinking what I thought. I love you from the get-go, and I love you till I die. I love you on the Spanish Steps the day you say goodbye. I am just a poor boy, work's my middle name. Money was a reason I would not be the same. Hattie, go somewhere else. Stand up and count it. Face up to the truth. I walk away from trouble, but I walk away from give me all my anger, forgive me all my faults. There's no need to forgive me thinking what I thought. I love you from the get-go, I'll love you till I die. I love you on the Spanish side, the day you say goodbye. I have been to Fort Worth, and I have been to Spain, and I have been too proud to come in out of the rain. And I have seen David, Mona Lisa too, and I have seen Doc Watson play under Stockley Blue. Give me all my anger, give me all my faults. There's no need to forgive me thinking what I thought. I love you from the get-go, and I love you till I die. I love you on the Spanish Steps the day you say goodbye. Wish I was in Austin, at the chili parlor bar, drinking Mad Dog margaritas. Hey, thank you. I wrote.
Yeah, that's some really good lines in it. After the rain.
I know,
I like
right?
that. And, well, and of course, stand up and be counted. I mean, wasn't that in there?
Yeah, it was.
That feels, that gives me the idea for what I'm going to do next.
Yay!
Good segues.
Segues. That song, like, I love that first verse when you're like, drinking Mad Dog margaritas and not caring where you are. And it's just like, like it's just that gut punch line that just gets you. You're like, oh shit. It's a really good line. Yeah. And just right off the bat. And it's like two of my favorite cities, like right there in the beginning. Anyway, I love that song so much. Yeah. Thanks for indulging me and letting me play it for you. Well, Lori from Ohio is tuned in. My mom is tuned in.
Hi, Lori.
Ashley from Tucson is tuned in.
Hi, Ashley.
This is fun time. Kenneth, Cape Cod is tuned in.
Awesome. Hi, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. This is fun. I'm having a great time.
Me too. I'm glad I got out of my bubble because, it's like, it's a good excuse to not go anywhere now, right? But it's good to get out.
Yes.
I mean, it feels good.
It's like a fine line of like, part of me really, really enjoyed the time of like true quarantine of like being in my house. My house was really clean during that time. So
mine wasn't. But I have 2 little boys. So.
I live alone, so I like I did like 32 loads of laundry and everything in my house was super clean.
Oh, can I just come sit in your clean house? Because
it was clean.
Given, not anymore, yeah.
Then summer happened and
yeah.
Patty, you got to tone it down.
All right, well, I'm going to do another original, but
Yay.
What's different about this is that a couple nights ago, I was like, I'm going to Heber and doing Alicia's happy hour thing, and I was like, I don't know what to play, and then there's a song that I wrote in our song circle that's called Liberty's Prayer, but I wrote it on the guitar, but I decided it should be on the banjo. So I put it on the banjo, and we'll see how it goes on the banjo.
I'm excited. I'm really loving this change of pace with banjo. And also,
banjo diversity.
I'm just going to reiterate, too, that I'm the only person in our song circle that doesn't play the banjo. It seems like a problem.
Seems like you need to get a banjo and play it, Alicia.
I know almost a whole song on the piano now.
That's cool. Yeah, I can see your piano.
Yeah, there's sheet music on it and everything. I can play almost the whole song.
The only thing that would make your backyard more cool would be if there were the fireflies like there are in Texas.
Instead of these like pretend white fuzzy things.
Yeah, the firefly is pretty rad. I mean, are there fireflies in Ohio? Lori? I'm just wondering.
You.
Surely there are none in Tucson. Too dry there. But fireflies are cool. Okay. And have you been to Kerrville yet?
No, this was the first year I was going to go. And I was like, it was like bucket list item. I'm like, I'm going to Kerrville. And then
the fireflies are really, really amazing at Kerrville. So one day we should go see the fireflies at Kerrville. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Hopefully,
sometime in the next couple of years, 2 years.
May next October. We'll see what they do. I don't know.
Yeah. Did they just cancel it this year?
It's just virtual. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know. All the fun stuff. Anyway.
All right. So this is Liberty's Prayer. Here we go. And stand up and be counted. It's really about our country and. A couple of years ago, I went to visit some in-laws in Wisconsin and felt a lot of anguish over just the differences that we all have, politically, and the lack of dialogue. And I was imagining the character, like the protagonist in this song, I imagined to be like the Statue of Liberty, but she's come alive and she's kind of, talking to the people of the country. Or something like that. So this is called Liberty's Prayer. Oh, and I realized I should tell you a little bit more, which is that, so on the way home from that trip to Wisconsin, we were on the airplane and we got home to Salt Lake City. And it was like the scariest landing I've ever had, where the plane tipped back and forth between on the landing, and it was really scary. And so I'm going to talk about a plane at the beginning of this song. Anyway. You can fly with your right and left wings, a beautiful plane up high in your spacious sky. If both wings aren't in working condition, we'll scare the whole nation when we try to land. We don't want that teeter-totter on the runway again. Mother was so afraid for her children. You can cry with your right and left heart in turbulent times. Try to stay kind. The divide has been hard on you all. Some haven't felt hurt in this lonely wilderness. Please, child, listen with an open mind to everyone you find, and believe them. Oh, could we find the answer to our discord and our strife somewhere on the amber waves of grain? Love across the boundaries from sea to shining sea. Lady Liberty is praying on the plain. You can open your right and left hands, unclench your fist, raise up your sons and daughters. If you don't let go of the hatred, that's what they'll know, that's what they'll follow. We want them to climb purple mountain majesties, hear resounding beats of their freedom. Hi, there you go. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties rising beyond the fruited plain. America, America, I'm praying for you now. Please crown the good in everyone. Come on, come on, come on. Show me now. Oh, thank you.
I do remember that song, Song Circle, and that's I love this, like, our little group that we have, and you just see the evolution of these little song babies, because when they come to our song group, a lot of times, and like, I'm speaking for myself when I say that it's like, oh, song circle's tomorrow, I have to finish my song like in the next hour and a half. And so
sometimes I write the song the day of the song.
Yeah, there's like moments where I'm like, oh, I love you. Again, like putting finishing touches on it, like before I like go to Salt Lake and go do the song circle. And so it's like, it goes from like its true infancy, and then as we, you know, we've been doing it for such a long time that there's so many songs that it's like crazy to hear their evolution
and them come back again. And yeah, it's so nice to have such a safe place to share songs where you can bring the dumbest thing, and you know that you know people are going to be.
What I really like about our group too, and is that because we've gotten to know each other over the years and over the time, like we know each other's, we kind of know what we're shooting for. So it's like you can come with something that's not done, or that's just got some placeholder lines that you're like, I'm not. Don't engage in tug of war.
Okay, just your mom wants you to go over there.
Hi, come here. But yeah, so it's like writing style at this point. And like, and as you bring lyrics, it's like, okay, so this is a placeholder line, but you know, like the sentiment is there, and you're like, okay, well then I know that you're probably going to write something about galaxies and stars that is big and small at the same time, and epic.
Right. Yeah.
But then over time, you'll whittle it down and it'll be like the perfect line. But I know the ones that I'm like, you're going to make this amazing. I know you are, because I know this is the one that you're just like holding space with, and it's super cool to hear that with everyone's songwriting and watch it change over time.
Yeah, because I think we have each other's like best interests in mind, but we know that we're not all trying to make the same kind of song.
Exactly.
That is really cool about our group.
It is cool.
So yeah, love you guys. Janet, Mandy.
Monday, right?
Yeah, and
Monday. I have a song. I have several songs. Oh yeah, and John sometimes.
I do not have a song, but I was thinking about trying to write one about my anatomy class, like put some bones in.
Oh man, you're so good at like rhyming all those. Like you're good at like pulling out really specific, detailed words. I don't know. You know what I mean? You have a good vocabulary when it comes to writing metaphorical, like themed songs.
Thank you,
honey. Can you just chill out? Sorry.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Patty cake.
No worries. Well,
she just really liked your song.
I know.
Oh, wait, it's my turn. I have to do stuff. Okay. Right? It's my turn. I would just like to sit back here and listen to you play songs all the time. With your pretty voice. Good job. So this is a song I wrote with a friend of mine, Daniel Niehoff. We co-wrote this in January before, when coronavirus is merely a hashtag and not a thing. And this song is called Lonely Together. We didn't know.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
We didn't know. We kind of wrote this thinking, like I had this kind of musical. What I liked about it was I had this idea for the song, and I was like, okay, I have this idea. It's called of like being alone together or something, and I had this guitar part written. And what I liked about it was when I brought the idea to the table, before I had played or said anything or lyrics or whatever, he just goes to me, he's like, this is about two people who are both lonely but want to spend their loneliness together. And I was like, that's exactly what I was thinking. And it's just like interesting that he picked up on the exact sentiment that I was looking for. And so we ended up writing the song together, and he wordsmithed the song. And anyway, Daniel Niehoff, great guy. Check him out. Lonely Together. I think the whiskey sour is doing its job. Wake up to the rain. One side of the bed half a pot of cold coffee down the drain. When the day is done, I'll be cooking a single TV dinner on a single TV tray. There's no sense in being lonely by ourselves. We both need company, and we ain't doing nothing else. So let's hunker down, wait out the bad weather. Be lonely together. Say that you're okay. Only smile, I give you. playing the same charade. And there's no sense in being lonely by ourselves. We both need some company when we ain't doing nothing else. So let's hunker down and wait out the bad weather. Let's be lonely together. It's just more convenient for two to share the load. And I'm tired of all this coffee getting cold. 'Cause there's no sense in being lonely by ourselves. We both need some company when we ain't doing nothing else. So let's hunker down and wait out the better weather. Let's be lonely together. Let's be lonely together.
Yeah, I can't believe that was a pre-COVID song.
Right?
That's like
Blows my mind.
it's like COVID right there.
Yeah,
that's
it's like,
crazy.
Let's get some
Like-
takeout and
like-
watch Netflix.
How soon before COVID was that? Like January.
Yeah, late January. So it was like right before, but like that was not part of the plan.
Right.
Welcome to the Patty G Cakes Variety Hour.
Okay, here.
Okay, can you sit? You gotta sit. Can you sit pretty?
Have you done many co-writes during COVID?
No, and
No?
I would like to.
Yeah.
Co-writers get at me. I don't know. I've been in the midst of editing a lot because I have like a ton of
A lot of
songs
stuff.
that I feel like never got finished, never got the, I have a lot of songs in the B category of songs that I never play. And so I'm trying to get them into the A category where I'm playing them all the time. And
You have song category.
I don't know if it's a loose term.
Do you actually title them A and B?
No. I have like done and like close-ish to done. And then like not done at all.
I see.
Is it pretty?
Yeah.
Is it pretty? Shake.
I have.
Use your words.
Oh, there you go.
Bye.
Well, I'm going to do a really old song, another really old one, because it's Halloween, and it's kind of a
Halloween ballad.
It's kind of Halloween-y. Yeah, I mean, it's about a skeleton woman, skeleton lady, which I got this really cool gig at Red Butte Garden this month where I'm just dressing up like a skeleton and playing in the werewolf field, and it's super just mellow, and yeah, you can come howl. I'm playing a song, Patty, so you're going to have to get Alicia to help you out.
There you go. Come here.
No, you got to go to her.
Why don't you sit? No.
I have to get my guitar the rest of the way tuned back
I'm
to
just
where.
gonna.
Oh, wait.
Guys, we're gonna do a thing.
Do a thing. Do a thing.
Oh, down.
She's like, I don't want to go in. Okay. All right. Almost there. So this is actually a song way back like 10 years ago. First time I grew up in Utah, but I lived in Oregon for several years, and then I came back to the Suzanne Millsap songwriter competition that they used to have, but I was in it 2 times, and this was the first time when I took 4th place, right out of the places. But I did this song, and it was different because I have a theater background, and so this song has some spoken word in it, and it's based on an Inuit folktale. Ooh. And Cyrus, are you out there? It's called Skeleton Woman. We've been seeing a lot of skeletons around town, so I'm gonna do my best with it. It feels, even though it's old, it feels kind of new, which is weird. Do you have any songs that feel like that to you ever?
Yes.
Are you
that
like
is a relatable feeling?
Yeah, like you know what's going on. Come on, you guys. Clear Tune is freaked out. Okay,
We got this.
all right. Okay, this is called Untangle Me. I read the most amazing story, an Inuit folk about lovers who learn how to sing. A long time ago, there was a skeleton woman. She'd done something really bad in the village where she was from. And it was so bad, no one can even remember what it was anymore. But her father, he took her down to the edge of a cliff and threw her off into the ocean, and she sank all the way down, all the way down to the bottom of the sea. And she got covered with rocks and barnacles, and sea creatures swam all around her, and fish swam inside of her head. Then a long time later, much later, there was this fisherman. This Inuit fisherman came by in his boat, and Willie cast his line down there, all the way down, all the way down. It was dark down there, fish swam in my hair. Give me your tears to drink, I need them more than you think. Untangle me, untangle me. So that fisherman, he cast his line down there to the bottom of the sea, and before he even knew what was going on, he was pulling that skeleton woman up out of the water, and there she was hanging there on the edge of his boat, this terrifying skeleton creature. And he just didn't know what to do. He was so afraid. So he started to try and row his kayak, trying to get all the way away from her. All the way away, all the way away. And he kept on rowing, he got to land, and he thought he'd finally shaken her, but no, then he turned and saw there she was right behind him, eating all the fish from his boat, and he didn't know what to do. He was so afraid. He kept on running. He got to his house. He lit the oil lamp there in his igloo, and he thought she must be gone, but no. Then he looked inside, he saw a pile of bones on the floor. He didn't know what to do. He was so afraid. But then something happened. That fisherman looked at that poor woman and saw that she was tangled, and started to coo just like a baby. Untangle me, untangle me. And so one by one, and bone by bone, that fisherman put that woman back together. And he crawled into bed, and she crawled into bed right after him. She took out his heart and beat it, and beat it, and beat it, and beat it, beat it, and 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 she beat it and beat it, and their hearts beat together. They woke up in the morning all tangled up, but in a good way. All tangled up in the best way. All tangled up. It was dark down there, fish swam in my hair. Give me your tears to drink, I need them more than you think. I'll take your broken heart and make it beat. A love that once was broken is so sweet. Untangle me, untangle me.
I don't think I've ever heard that. We've been friends for how long, and I've never heard that song.
That's deep. That's deep.
Deep cut.
Deep cuts, I guess. Yeah,
that was cool. Yeah. I feel like I'm just having this moment of like, I'm missing our song circle so much.
I know.
Because I think like your guitar style, I resonate with a lot. Like you play chords out of the key. I won't say often, but like you pepper them in a way that just like keeps things interesting. And I love doing that. And so I'm like, oh, yes, I love that. Like random chord that you're like, that doesn't fit, but it totally works. You know, anyway, but.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. And like, just such a creative approach to things. And I think
thank you.
In these crazy, weird, isolating times, I feel like creativity has been maybe, I don't know, I feel like maybe creativity has been challenging. I don't know if has it been challenging for you? It's been challenging for me.
Well, I guess I'm like kind of going in some new directions in my life that make, and having the two little boys at home just makes creativity harder. And so I'm finding that I really like cherish this time where we just get to play songs, and it also takes away pressure that I've felt in the past to like play just the right thing or do it the right way. And I'm just like, what the hell? I'll just do it how I do it, do what I want, play the song I want to play. It's okay if I don't, it's okay if it's old and it feels, like new again, even because it's old, or it's all okay.
Yeah.
And it's all good, but yes, I mean, I certainly, I've written like one or maybe two songs during the pandemic, but I don't know. I think a lot of it's motherhood. To be honest, can I be perfectly honest about the pandemic? It's kind of nice for me as a mom, like as a mom with two little kids, because that feeling of like always missing things because I have to be with my kids and there's just bedtime and it's hard. There's less things to go to. So it's kind of, or it's like it's all on Zoom. Yeah, there's less FOMO, right? Like because I'm just like I can go on Zoom or, anyway, or to get to things. But yes, again, it's different to be with you in person though.
Yeah.
And this is like good for me in a different way than our Zoom song circle. So
I think that the way that things have shifted has been like, I mean, this has been a really nice thing for me. Like I've had a different guest every week for a while now, and mostly in person and a few online. And even the ones online, that's like the week with Perry Adams, we signed off of like the Facebook stream, and then we talked for like an hour and a half afterwards on Zoom of just catching up. Just seeing how we're both doing. And like, I think for me, like, it's weirdly deepening those relationships. So it's like, it's nice because I am actually getting to know these people a lot better, where we've always viewed each other from afar. And because we're all like busy doing things and we're crazy. And so now finally we have an hour to just sit down and drink and talk about the things we care about. And I'm like, this is actually pretty nice. But at the same time, it's like, of course, like a challenging thing to like, one of the things I love most about playing music is the community that it has given me, and it's just weird not to have that. So it's cool when you just get bite-sized pieces of it. You get little bite-sized digital versions, and it's good because I feel like it's quality over quantity, I guess, right now, and grateful for what you get, I guess. I don't know. I'm rambling.
That's okay. I'm grateful too, and I'm really glad that I got to come up and be part of the happy hour.
Yay.
Thank you. We got to make whiskey sours, and
yay, I'm so happy. It's a happy hour. The whiskey is a thing.
Indeed. It's okay.
Thank you. Now I don't know what to play. I wrote some stuff on a Post-it note of what I should play.
Is this our last song now? Or no?
I mean, it depends on how much time you have. It's 7:07. I know that you are, you know, your mom, you got stuff. You have important jobs to do. I don't have anything to do. So,
Luckily, someone's with them right now, so I probably won't have to put them to bed unless, you know, we have rebellion.
Craig said that he loves the Skeleton Woman song, and so does Lori, and Cy likes it too.
Oh, yeah. Come to Red Butte Garden, everybody. My set there is the next 2 Saturdays, 6 to 7:30 p.m. on Saturday. I already said that, and then on Halloween, 2 to 3:30. So you can come dressed up, or I know some of you live like in Ohio and stuff, but I wish you could come, Lori. And yeah, actually, I think that's when I met Lori. Was at that competition where I played the Skeleton Woman song, and it kind of blew everybody's minds because it was just like different. All like, it was very different. Yeah.
But that's cool though. So, which is funny because like, so I met Lori at a Chris Thornhouse concert, I'm pretty sure. But I met you.
Where did I meet you?
I think that the first time I met you was at the Suzanne Millsap songwriting competition because you were judging me.
Oh my God. I'm never going to judge those things again.
I think it's hilarious because like I knew who you were, like I'd seen your name around a bunch, and like I think and then you were judging the competition. I think
that's what happens when they ask you to judge.
So that was year I got called in. Someone bailed in day before, and they asked me as a fill-in, so I wasn't like at all prepared.
I forgot that's how we met.
But like I knew I had seen your name so many times, and there was something. I think we were both slated to play the I Am a show that year, but we had never met. But we were both on the same bill.
I'm so glad we've met.
Me too. So then you were judging that competition, and I was like, you came up to me after the contest, and because like we couldn't obviously talk during the contest, conflicts of interest, we hadn't met yet. You came up to me afterwards, and I'm like, oh, it's so good to meet you because we're actually playing a show together. It's nice to like know each other. But I really appreciate your feedback. Awesome. Like,
what did I say? So sorry.
No, it was great because I was really new to stuff then, and you were like, you need to open your eyes. I was like singing every song and my eyes clenched shut because I was so scared.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Which was great advice.
You know what's so interesting is now it's like, because I've been kind of out of the loop, I look at you and I'm like, oh my gosh, she plays all the time. She's so good. And I'm just like, I mean, I still play it. Like this month I have like all these gigs. It's weird. COVID gigs. Like sometimes they just are.
I have
everything
has changed
a lot this weekend actually.
Everything has changed. It's so different. Like I feel like everything's short term. It's like random stuff because people, I feel like people are getting creative with the kind of music they want to present. And so they're just like, what if we put music at this thing outside under a tent? And you're like, sure, why not?
Yeah, why not?
So it's like, I feel like people are getting creative. So,
you guys, I love Alicia because I was just remembering how when I got married to my husband, Craig, which was like 4 years ago now, coming up on 4 years ago. And I didn't really know a lot of people in town because I had just moved here, and some really nice people threw me this like bridal shower kind of thing. And I was like pregnant, but I wasn't telling anyone that I was pregnant. This is getting a little personal, but I remember you came and I'm so glad you were there because you were like, I had like one friend there.
We had tea.
It was tea. It was very classic. It was super classy. Awesome. It was super fun.
Oh, man. It's been like, 5 years, probably 4 or 5 years since we've been friends. That's cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. On with the songs.
All right. So is this should we do one more song or one more round? What do you think? How do you feel? What's your need? What do you need?
We can do one more after this song.
Okay.
So this one, do one, you do one to end?
Sure.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, it's Facebook. You choose.
Yeah, you can go if you want.
Yeah. We're not holding you hostage.
You can just scroll on.
Maybe there's other stuff going on right now. I don't know. Not in my life, so it's fine. I wrote this song last summer. It was a song prompt. It was like a title that I was given, and it's interesting because the meaning for it has changed for me a couple different times, and I've kind of tweaked it here and there. But right now, it seems like the second verse is very specific, but I feel like you could totally like, swap the lyrics out for what's going on right now, and it could still be relevant. Anyway, the song is called "Comfort in the Chaos." pass that check might go through. Running ragged from 10 days on, but the porch lights on and I come home. Your voice is water on the blaze. Your touch is quiet in the frame. And my knees are shaking, heart is aching, I don't know what to do. Your hand meets mine, I know I'll find comfort in the chaos every time. These gunshots tearing through the news. Our world is sick, broken loose. That's what it is. Gunshots tearing through the news. I'm drowning dread until I hear them. Our world is sick, defiled and lost, but you are everything this world is not. Your voice is water on the waves. Your touch is quiet in the frame. When my heart is aching, knees are shaking, I don't know what to do. Your hand meets mine, I know I'll find comfort every time. Some days I'm down on my knees, tears in my eyes I cannot see. Tears in my eyes I reach out blindly. Every time I fall, your voice is water on the waves. Your touch is quiet in the frame. When my heart is aching, knees are shaking, I don't know what to do. Your hand meets mine, I know I'll find comfort in chaos every time. Comfort in chaos every time.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you.
Where did that come from? Wow.
Ooh, it got real dark.
Oh.
It came from a Steve Seskin song prompt. So he
Cool.
gave some titles out, and the song was like, "She's more comfortable with the chaos," was his like little idea. And his idea was thinking of like a woman who was like thrives off of chaos. And for me, like it just shifted to this idea of like you're my like anchor that holds me down in the midst of all the things of the chaos. So I shifted a little bit.
Nice.
So hopefully everyone can still see. I think it looks okay.
Okay.
This might be the last week we do a happy hour outside in the backyard. Next week, my dad is my guest because his birthday is next week.
Oh, wow.
And there's a tax deadline, and so that's like he's gonna hit the tax deadline, and then we're gonna have a cocktail.
Because he's like a tax guy,
he's
right?
an accountant.
That seems like a really useful thing to have in the family.
It is. I feel like until I lived in this house, I had never mowed a lawn before, just like timing and where I had lived, and like I had never had to mow a lawn until I lived in this house, and I've also never done my own taxes, because my dad's in town. So it's like
Lucky
two
you.
adulting life skills that I'm only like starting to get a grasp on.
It takes a while to get some of the adulting life skills, you know?
Yeah. Like martini glasses.
Martini glasses. I know what I'm getting Alicia for Christmas. Maybe. I mean, that's not that hard of a thing to procure, right? You just need like a thoughtful friend to.
So this show, like, I finally have a muddler, and I stole it from their job. Sorry, Mike and Mel, but it's like I muddled like 10 drinks with a ice cream scoop before I figured.
Is that what it says to do online to muddle?
Muddle with an ice cream scoop.
Wow. All right. Well, I'm gonna finish my set of songs tonight with a song I wrote that's a collaboration between me and Emily Dickinson, kind of, because it's a poem of hers that I found that I liked, and so I kind of used it as inspiration and created my own song using some of the phrases, changing them a little bit.
Cool.
Really, the crux of it is that I don't want to have grudges against people, and sometimes I do, and I'm working on it because it doesn't feel good. It really feels bad. So that's what I think Emily was trying to get through to me when I read this poem. So I decided to put it in a song too. This is called To Dust. Heart was heavy, trust abused. Kindness answered with foul wrong. I needed fresh air, I needed sun. I laced my boots and strolled along. I'm pondering the common way. Ancient grudges harden into love and hate. Then we may take them to our grave. My feet walk onto that burial place where my abuser was laid to rest. Sooner or later, no matter what, the accused and the accuser turn to dust. I'm pondering the common way. Ancient grudges harden into love and hate. Then we may take them to our grave. And so this truth like a mighty wave, it swept all my pride away. Trembling, I forgave. And so this truth like a mighty wave, it swept all my pride away. Trembling, I forgave. I forgave.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
That was really pretty.
Don't hang on to your grudges. Just
That was lovely. Oh, man. So while I try to think of what I'm going to do, tell strangers on the internet what you want them to know about you, like where to find you, what's going on.
oh, sure.
Should they sign up for your email list? Should they just send money into your mailbox? Should you just give out your social security number? What do you want to do?
Well, let's see. So you can find me on my website, mindydillard.com. So Dillard, like the Appalachian bluegrass band, if you've heard of them. And yes, probably I am related. So Mindy with a Y, Mindy, Dillard, DILLARD.com, or like the department store, MindyDillard.com. And yeah, I'm on Instagram at Mindy Dillard, and I have a Facebook music page too, Mindy Dillard. So you can find me all those places. I've got my kiddos at the moment, so I'm kind of just laying low, doing things here and there. But yes, I also do have a Venmo at Mindy Dillard. If you want to,
it's on the screen right now.
Oh, awesome! If you, did you put my Venmo on there?
Yeah, I did.
Thanks, Alicia. That's awesome. That's nice of you. So yeah, if you want to contribute to, my children's college savings funds, you could.
Let's be real.
Put some money in there, or but I'm just grateful for whoever is watching and going through this whole thing together. I hope everyone votes. Please vote. Find someone else, and make sure that they're voting, because things are feeling kind of dangerous to me right now with our country. And so yeah, if anyone has any ideas for me about that, if anyone has any words of wisdom, or I don't know,
because there's a lot of good songs that could come out of this moment right now. I should stop writing cheesy romance / breakups.
I know, we kind of want comforting songs, right? And the important songs feel kind of just hard to write, or they have to come from a specific.
I don't know. I've heard a lot of pandemic related songs, and I've heard a few political songs, but I feel for whatever reason I haven't been able to sit down and write those songs yet.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's a forever thing. I think it needs to just, as we like to say, it needs to compost just a little bit more.
Compost, yeah. Do you feel with your creative process, you just kind of have to, can you make it happen? Or this is a big conversation. We're going to talk about this after we turn off. No, we can talk about it later.
Okay.
Play your song.
In the next episode of Patty's Sideshow Hour, we'll talk about
the creative process.
Sorry. No, I love that. I love to nerd out about that stuff. So, I feel like I had a plan. So speaking of not deep political songs, I'm gonna just play a quick, sweet, lighthearted love song, and then we'll wrap it up for the night. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys for tuning in and bearing with us in the dark.
Yeah.
Tune in next week for me and my dad. We'll be inside where it's well lit, which is a good or a bad thing. We'll see. Anyway, the song's called "I Do That Too." It smells like pot in my backyard. Do you smell it?
I do.
That's random. If you want me to hold you in the dark, I wouldn't let go till I heard the motor alarm. If you want me just to love you, whoa, 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 baby, I do that too. If you ask me, nothing but the truth. These lips would never falter, or let a false word pass on through. If you ask me just to love you, oh, oh, baby, I do that too. The whole damn world could be knocking at my door, while a whisper from your lips is loud and clear. Nothing could take me away, not a freight train or a hurricane. always by your side. I'd be the honey like a shore to your tide. If you need me, just to love you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Baby, I do that too. If you need me, just to love you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Baby, I do that too.
Yeah. Nice.
Thank you. Thanks for being at Happy Hour, guys. Tune in. I have my dad next week. I think the week after that is Wyatt Espelin. He's tuning in from Hiawassee, Georgia.
Wow.
We're going to do it online. And then next week is John Sherrill from Salt Lake City.
Oh, cool.
Well, he's from all over, but he's currently in Salt Lake City. And then after that, I'm going to go to monthly happy hours because I'm going to get really busy getting ready to make a record this winter.
Ooh,
So
cool.
anyway, so there's 3 more weeks, and then we're going to monthly after that. But tune in next week, same time, same station. And go follow Mindy. And if you're in Salt Lake, go see her show at Red Butte Gardens. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Yeah.